Welcome to this lecture, JavaScript Essentials required for React. In this lecture, we will understand functions calling other functions. Let us see one simple analogy. We have ice cream shop. In this, there are three ice creams which are very special. That is chocolate, vanilla and pineapple ice cream. Every Sunday, this ice cream shop will be having offer. Suppose if I take one chocolate ice cream cone, they are just going to multiply with 3 and they will be returning me 3 chocolate cones. So similarly for vanilla also and for pineapple, every ice cream they will multiply with 3, they will be returning me. Practically, let us understand this example. Inside this JavaScript file, I will be creating my function. We have already seen how to declare function and also we have seen function expression. If you have not watched previous videos, I suggest you to watch that so that you understand function concept in very clear way. I will give my function name as ice cream machine. You can give any function name and there are three special ice creams, that is chocolate, then we have vanilla and we have pineapple ice cream. So these ice creams are very special. So every Sunday, what this shop people have decided, when we take these ice creams, chocolate, vanilla and pineapple, they are just going to multiply this ice cream by 3. I'm just going to create my variable. I will write chocolate. Let us just take chocolate cups or chocolate cone. You can give any variable. Inside this, whatever parameter I will be passing, whatever value I give to the shopkeeper, this is my value and they are going to multiply with 3. Similar way for vanilla cups, let me just remove this. I will write vanilla and here I will be giving my input. Suppose I want 2 vanilla cones and that they are just going to multiply with 3. Then finally we have pineapple cone and this will be my input. Pineapple, suppose I am telling 5 into 3, they will return 15 cones. Let me just change the spelling. And for this, I will be writing one simple string console and inside this, let me just write ice with. Inside this template literal, I'm just going to pass this. Whatever value I will be getting from this, I just want to print that. Suppose I have ordered for 2 chocolates. I should be getting 6 cones. So here I'm just printing ice with 6 cones of chocolate in that way. 6 chocolate cones. Then here I will be writing vanilla cup, vanilla cone. Here I will write vanilla cone. And finally, I will just copy this one. And inside this template literal, I am just printing the string. I will write pineapple cone. So what I have done, I will be giving my inputs and based on the shop offer, I am just multiplying everything by 3 and I am just displaying my console. Now to execute this, at least once we have to call this function. Inside this, suppose for chocolate, I have ordered 2 chocolate cones. Vanilla, I have ordered 3 and pineapple, I have ordered 2. So what it should be doing? This 2 will be given here, then 3 will be given here for vanilla and 2 will be given for pineapple. I will come inside this function. So for chocolate cone, 2 into 3, I should be getting 6 cones. Vanilla, 3 into 3, 9 cones. And pineapple also, I should be getting 6 cones. I will save this. Now you can see ice with 6 chocolate cones, 9 vanilla cone and 6 pineapple cones. Let me just write here cones. This is very simple to execute. We have just multiplied whatever input we have given according to shop offer. We have multiplied that ice creams with 3. But now because of this offer, shop is facing lot of loss. So what they have decided, instead of multiplying by 3, they just want to multiply by 2. So whenever customer take this ice creams, they just want to multiply by 2. They have just reduced their offer. But now, if they have already implemented this machine and every time it is getting multiplied by 3. So again, based on their offer, they have to come to every line and they have to change it to 2. Again, here they have to change here and here. Maybe for smaller programs, it is fine. But when you're working for a larger programs, changing everywhere, it will be very difficult and also it will be annoying. So what we can do for this kind of behavior, we can create another function because we know maybe based on company profit or loss, they are just going to change this function design. But whatever result we are getting at the end, that should be exactly same. So what we will do, I will be creating another function and here I will give my function name as icecone. Inside this, we will pass only one parameter. Whatever offer shop is offering, that number we will be passing it here. And this function will be returning something. And what it will return? How many ice user has given into 2. Now company has faced loss and they have decided they are just going to multiply with 2. So I'm just passing here into 2. Now instead of writing like this, what I will be doing, let me just copy this icecone. I will just paste it here. Inside this function, I am calling this function. Now for this also, I have to pass parameter. Now what parameter I will be passing? I will be passing the customer input. This will be the customer input, chocolate. Then similarly, I will remove this. I will be writing my function. And inside this, I have to pass customer input. Similarly, for pineapple also. Ice cone. Inside this, I will be passing pineapple. Do not get confused. What I have done, instead of writing manually, I have just created another function. Inside that, I am passing one parameter. From this function, I am just taking that values. I am just returning it here. And this function will be multiplying with 2 and it will be giving me the result. Now see what happens. As soon as I save, now I will get 4, 6 and 6 because 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Now inside this function, at only one place I can change, I will be getting the result. Every time if company is changing the offer and I do not have to change my function. So for that, we will just create another function and that function we are just going to call inside this function. And again, if company decides to change the offer, they can multiply by 4. According to company's profit and loss, you can do all possible things because we have created one separate function for that logic. Now let us see how this function will be working. This is my function, same function we have written. Instead of cone, here I have written ice cream cups. But rest everything is same. First thing, this is the user input. User has given 2, 4 and 4. 2 is for chocolate, 4 is for vanilla and 5 is for pineapple. As soon as customer gives this input, these values will be assigned to these parameters. For chocolate, we will have 2. For vanilla, we will have 4. And for pineapple, we will have 4. Then I will come inside this function. Here, first line, I am just calling another function. Now, chocolate parameter is holding value 2. So, inside this function, it will be taking 2 as its argument. Then, I will be coming to this function. Then, that 2 will be passed as argument to this function. I will come to this function and I am just going to execute this function. Then, I will be getting 2 into 3, that is 6. Then that value will be assigned to this chocolate cups. Then I will come second line, this function is there and for vanilla I have passed 4. So 4 will be passed here. Then it will come here 4. 4 into 3 I will be getting 12. Again that 12 will be passed to this vanilla cups variable. Similarly for pineapple also it will be executing. and that value will be assigned to this pineapple cups. And finally, whatever values we got for this variable, we are just displaying in our console. Okay, these numbers represent the logical flow. This is not the result values. This represents logical flow. Let me just pass here 2, 4, 4. So now I should be getting, every time I am multiplying with 3. So based on that, I should be getting 6, then 12 and 12. And also we have seen functions can return values. I will copy and comment. Below this, I will be writing same function. Instead of writing this console, what I will be doing, I will just write here const, and here I will be writing ice. This will be equal to my entire string. Now if I just execute this function, I will not be having any result, because this function I am having one variable. Inside that I am passing one string, final string. But I have to return this string, only then I will be able to display that. So what I will do, I will return this value. Now this function is returning me this value. When I call this function, it has returned me this ice. But this ice string I have to store in one variable. Now even if I execute, it will not work. What I will do, I will just create one more variable. I will just write here ice offer. Now whatever value I got from this function, that will be stored inside this variable. Now I can just simply print this log. Inside this, I will be writing ice cone, not ice cone, it is ice offer. Save it, I will be getting the result. You can either return values from the function, or if you just want to practice, you can just display in your console and you can get the result. And in similar way, I will just copy this one. You can directly print as well inside console. Save it. And from here, let me just remove this semicolon. You will be getting result. But whenever function is returning some value, we will always store in one variable, and that variable we are going to display. I hope you understood this simple concept. Inside one function, we are just calling another function. Let me show you one more simple example. Now here I am having one function. I will give function name as greet. Inside this, I will be passing the parameter as name. Inside this function, I just want to display hello Khanam or hello Suresh or something like that. I will just write hello. And inside this template literal, I'm just going to write my name. Next, I'm just going to create another function. I will give my function name as welcome. Inside this, I am not going to pass any parameters. Now what this function will be returning, let me write here log, and it will just return welcome back to my website. These messages you will be seeing in website whenever you visit after very long time. You will see this kind of message. Now what I will do, both of these functions I want to call in another function. Function I will just write here greet and welcome. For this greet function, we have passed one parameter. So inside this, I'm just going to pass one parameter. Okay, I can use same variables because whatever parameters I am passing here, those will be local to this function. So with same name, I can use in other functions as well. Now inside this function, first I will be calling this function and I will be passing this name. Finally, when I call this function, whatever name I pass, that name will be displayed here, and this function will be called, and here that name will be displayed. Then I just want to display welcome. Okay, spelling is wrong. I will just write welcome. Finally, I will be passing this greet and welcome. Inside this, I'm just going to write my name. Save it. Now you can see I got hello Khanam as well as welcome back to my website. So now here what happened? I have just created two functions. Inside greet function, I am passing one parameter which will be displaying the name. Inside welcome function, I am just displaying one welcome message. Here I am calling another function, and for this function, I am passing one parameter. But inside this function, I am calling another function, and while I call this function, I am just passing argument for this parameter. And inside this function, now this value will be assigned to this function, and whatever I want to display for that function, I can display and I can get the result. Then we have welcome function, and inside this, whatever I have, that will be displayed. This is very important concept in function. We will be using almost all the time. This concept will help you in JavaScript as well as in your React journey. That's all for this lecture. Next, we will learn about arrow functions.